Hello and welcome back. Today we are taking a look at the Superman Kaiju Slime Battle from Spin Master Toys. This is part of Spin Master's new line of figures for the upcoming DC Studios Superman film, which I believe releases middle of next month. And I have to say I'm quite looking forward to the film. Most of the toy line, I will be honest, doesn't necessarily interest me. However, I really love the look of this Kaiju, and overall this just looks like a fun toy to play with. So I ended up picking this up. Plus I felt the Kaiju actually looks better than the McFarlane one. So I may end up over time customizing this a bit and giving a bit of paint apps. But yeah, overall, I was really like the look of this Kaiju toy and wanted to add it to the collection. And the fact that it's got this rather fun-looking slime play feature was kind of a bonus. So now I believe Spin Masters have a whole range of toys promoting the new Superman film. They do have some more, I believe, 6-inch figures, but a lot of their stuff's also 2-inch figures with play sets and things. But yeah, they have this one, which looks really quite fun. So I picked this up, and now we're going to take a look at it. So it's in open box packaging with minimal plastic. Besides the ties, the only piece of plastic is holding Superman himself in place in a flight ready pose. We have the DC Studios logo up in the top left with some images of the various Superman comics in the background. I'm curious if once we start seeing the other films in this line, products like this will end up having different background images, but I also know that Mattel's getting the line back next year, isn't it? I don't know what's happening with the Spin Masters. I think they lose the license. I'm not 100% sure on that. Warning, not suitable for children under 3. We get our Kaiju. You can press the top of the head, the underneath, and have a play of its mouth feature. Otherwise, everything else, its play features are locked behind all of the various pieces of plastic. Underneath, you can see the slime included. The rest is just a blue packaging. The bottom of the packaging has the promotional image for the new Superman film, along with a brief shot by shot of the toys play features. Superman logo on the side. On the back we get our legal at the bottom, and there's a bunch more legal and directions on the bottom of the box. Then we have a product shot of the play feature in action, along with a additional play feature there. Kaiju slime battle on the top. Interestingly, there seems to be a sticker stuck over the top, so I don't know why that is. I'm wondering if kind of curious why this is just a sticker over the top. It does appear to just say Kaiju underneath. I wonder if there's a spelling error, or if the stickers to make it easier to sell in other countries. I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. As far as I can tell, it's just Kaiju Slime Battle underneath. It's the exact same. I'm assuming the sticker's there as a way to quickly change out the name as needed for other country sales, but I don't know. You get our DC logo up on the top as well. Get another Superman logo on the side here, but this time we get the background image of various Superman comics. So there we have the figure in its packaging. So we might as well get this opened and take a look at the play features within. So let's maybe easier to clip. There we go. 1, 2, 3. There's our Superman out of the packaging. Let's get our Kaiju unclipped. Figure seems to be stuck to the bottom of the box as well. Let's see. So it looks like there's a tail for the Kaiju that needs to be assembled. Figure is stuck to the bottom of the box. Yep. So underneath they have those plastic ties holding it in place. So peel the tape back, turn those, and that then pops the Kaiju out, and then we also get our little baggie of slime. I'm going to lay this down for the play features so that I don't get a mess everywhere. Let's reset that. Okay, yeah. Okay. So let's look at our. So I don't think there's any instruction manuals. No, there's no instruction manuals inside it. I believe all of the instructions are solely underneath here. So you can see briefly the instructions for following assembly and play features. So this house should just pop in. And it looks like there's some back tray. The slime goes in. There's a control for the arms. Button for hitting the chest. Wash hands thoroughly after each time. Do not eat slime. Oh, that's a shame. So, simple enough, easy enough to follow. I imagine most kids will probably do this without even reading the instructions. I think it's all quite intuitive. So let's assemble our Kaiju. So looks like the tail should just clip in. There we go. Just a push, fit, and snapped in. I think it's a one-time fit, so you're not overly concerned with that popping out again afterwards. we'll move the Kaiju out of the way for a moment, and we'll bring in our Superman. So here we have our, I think that's a 6-inch figure. So he is standing exactly at 6 inches. So for those interested, this is how he scales with a Marvel Legends figure. You can see the Legends are slightly bigger, but it does scale reasonably well if you are interested in that, given that the McFarlane line 7 inches and do not scale with the Marvel Legends range. If you are wanting a Superman to sit alongside your Marvel Legends for some reason, this may be an option for you. As for the head sculpt, it's a nice face likeness. It's clean. I've got a bit of a paint mark there, but I'm not too worried. You can still get his kiss curl in the hair. We get a swivel at the head. Coming down, we get all of the molded detail of his suit, which looks really nice. There's even some molded details into the texture of the suit. We get the S molded into the suit with a yellow and red paint apps. Again, I've got a bit of a red touch up there, but it's not the end of the world by any means. We get the yellow of his trunks and the red of his trunks and the yellow of his belt. Some nice clean colorings around there with some nice molded details. Coming down, we get the mold of his boots. There isn't any articulation at the boots or the ankles. Arms are on a swivel ball joint, very similar to Marvel Legends, so you will get a full range of motion there. There is a bend at the elbow and swivel. You also get a bend at the knee, which is well hidden with the moulding of the suit, and then a ball joint swivel at the leg. It won't go back anywhere because of the mould of the trunks, but it will go forward that far and go out that far. So you get some movement there. We get a slight swivel at the waist, but this is for its action feature, which you can see triggers his arm in a punching motion if it's at the right angle. So it needs to be sort of at the right angle to fully work. If it goes up too high, it won't work. There. Well, that's obviously used for the play features of triggering against the Kaiju. The cape is just a piece of red fabric with the S iron-on transfer. Mine was bunched up just a little there, but it slides back into place, so that's fine. For a kid's toy, this is a really, really nice figure. It's well articulated with some really nice paint apps and molded detail throughout. This wouldn't necessarily go amiss on a collector's shelf. So if you are interested in a 6-inch scale Superman, this might be an option for you. So we get our Superman. Let's put him to one side, and then we get our Kaiju. So just for the record, he's about half the size, give or take, of our Kaiju. As you can see, he won't fit fully on the screen. Kaiju stands at probably about 12 inches tall to the tallest spike, but to its head it's probably about 11 inches, so it's a sizable figure. As for the figure itself, there is articulation in the arms, mostly for play feature, but it does have a swivel out. There's a rotation at the wrist, which is interesting and unneeded, so that's a nice touch. There's a little bit of paint apps along here with some stripe effects. Otherwise everything else is either just from the molded plastic. The legs will go back that far forward. There's no other articulation in the legs, but they do come back a bit if you want. So you can have him sort of topple over. The arms, as far as I can, so the arms are triggered by the spine on the back here. So they swing up. Unfortunately, I cannot see. Oh, there we go. So you've got to sort of move them independently of each other if you want them posed permanently. Say what? What? No. Sorry. You can see that here the ratchet joints down there, but otherwise, coming around the back, we get more of the molded detail. We get various little spikes and things. There's lots of molding throughout the figure, which makes this look really cool. And even the fact that it's just two pieces of plastic, coloured plastic glued together with no real paint apps, it still looks pretty impressive for what it is. Personally, I actually prefer the look of this one to the McFarlane one, which I think most people agree from what they've seen is an overpriced piece of statue, essentially. The mouth can open, but you really need to press that to activate the spring and get it open. Inside we get some pink for the mouth with molded detail for the tongue, and some minor paint apps on the teeth. Okay, so that's... So its key play feature is the slime effect. So to trigger the opening of the chest, you actually need to press this all the way up. You can see there is a latch there which then triggers the chest to open. It's interesting that there's some nice pink paint apps here for the inside of the body, and that actually moves through to the inside of the chest pieces, which even have some molded rib cagings, which is quite interesting. And then they just snap back closed. So it's nice that you can get two different triggers, either by just pressing the head open or all the way for the chest. Loading the slime, there is a little tray and latch at the back, with just tilts back and supposedly we just poured the slime onto that, so let's actually take a look now at the slime. So it comes in a small little silver baggie with just a tear strip at the top and a strip seal. How's this? What slime is this slime? It's quite a watery slime. It doesn't feel sticky. The hands touching it, hands come away with sort of quite a watery residue. And there's no over real smell to it. It's quite a neutral smell. This isn't as sticky as some of the slimes. It's definitely more of a watery slime, which probably helps this pour out of the figure. So you see, and just fill it into the back. I'm just going to get some of. The only thing is, the slime doesn't want to tear, which despite being a watery slime, it's quite a stiff one to tear. Being quite watery, it's instantly spilling out of places. So if you've just bought this for a kid, be mindful. You're going to want them to make sure they are playing with this on a hard surface and not on the carpet or somewhere like that. Definitely going to be quite a messy play toy, given the runny nature of the slime. Just put all that into there. So seal that up. Then we get our kaiju coming in to attack Metropolis. Ah no, Superman, save us! And Superman flies in. Kaiju can throw up its arms to attack Superman. He can even grab a hold of Superman and hold him, and with enough force can throw him, which is a nice touch. That's quite a nice touch, unexpected. Superman finally comes in, swings his arm. Let's get this in. This one nice. Swings his arm in and punches the kaiju and spills open the guts, and that kind of just spills out like that. I'm surprised it's not running a little more out of the stomach. I kind of expected that to be a little more fluid than it is. You can see it's slowly moving, but I did expect that to be a little more visceral in its look. Obviously this isn't the way to load it, but I'm wondering if we what happens if we add the rest of the slime in. So, taking the rest of our slime, Again, despite being a very watery slime, it doesn't leave a sticky residue. It does stick to you though. So that's our Kaiju fully loaded with all of the slime. There we go. Clean our hands up a bit. And with a full body of slime, that's a little better. Yeah, there you go. You want as much slime in there as you possibly can to get that real oozing effect once it's hit. Unfortunately, the tray isn't big enough to hold all of the slime, so you may find it's easier to load from the front and then close it up. But yeah, once you've got all that slime there, you can see it oozing out really well. Overall, that's a really fun play feature. I can see kids having a lot of fun with this. You know, this is a kid's toy. It's aimed at the kid market. There are plenty of play features here for the kids to enjoy. There's a great Superman figure, a really large monster for them to smash around with. Despite being a hollow plastic, it feels solid, it feels chunky, and I can see young kids being really happy to just grab this and smash it about everywhere, regardless of the slime feature or not. The slime feature is definitely a lot of fun. The slime included is runny enough. It's obviously a water-based slime. It can be a little sticky, but it doesn't leave a sticky residue. It's very much a watery one, and your hands come away feeling wet rather than sticky or horrid. The bag it comes in is resealable, but if you've got young kids, you may find that you want to put it in an airtight little sandwich tub or something so that its packing away is easy enough. You're going to want to make sure kids are playing on a hard surface or have a mat down, but that does seal up really nicely. Overall, I really like this figure. I like the toys. I think it's a really fun toy for kids to have and play with. I think collectors can get something out of this as well. The Superman figure is really nicely done as well. It would have been very easy for Spin Masters to have just had this be, you know, a simple 2 points of articulation and just swing the arm around. But they've put some real thought into the figure, and it feels as much a part of this play set as the centerpiece. I highly recommend this as a kid's toy, and I think collectors can get something out of it as well. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, stay safe, and you'll believe a man can fly.